Hello and welcome to Death Wish Gamer. I'm your host EW, and we're here. Hold on here. We're here to play some more Wizardry 6. Last time we had a run where we wanted to switch the classes over, the back row specifically, to hybrid classes for hit point growth early on. Unfortunately, Drake died. His vitality went down 1 point, which kept him from going to Samurai. Not how I had planned out the build, so we're going to try again. We fixed Fifa. Her stats are to where she can jump to Ranger when the time comes. So let's get to it. No time to waste. We know how long it takes to get to level 2 without deaths, so we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately, the way he died was due to a backfire with an otherwise good run. Just had to blemish that. Anyways, let's get going. You're in the entrance chamber of the castle. It appears to be empty, and a heavy coat of dust covers the floor. Small, scampering noises echo down far distant corridors, a reminder that it is you who are the intruder here. Alright. Sure to equip your gear. Let's trade off this gear. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it says, neatly inscribed upon the metal face of the chest and these words. Open me first. Inside the chest are several items and a scroll which reads, a cure but twice and healing thrice. One life for thee times 7. Pass this on to our healer. Neatly inscribed upon the metal face of a chest are these words, open me second. Inside the chest are some gold coins, a sword, and a scroll which reads, beware the narrow corridors of the mine. Alright, here goes. Hopefully we don't have much friction getting to level 2. As I always mention, if you're new here, you do not want to explore the castle on expert difficulty without first reaching level 3. There's a lot of things in the game that can kill you rather easily. What I recommend to a fight, if you can help it, are any of the 3 plants, the basic rat, basic bats. That's pretty much it. And if you have a bard, I mean, bard is recommended, is not necessary, but I would say that your chance of success without a bard, without someone dying, is like a 5% chance. With a bard, is like 35. A bard with high speed, even better. If you can get that sleep in just in time, that's perfect. Problem with expert difficulty is not only is there one extra monster in each group, but the monsters have higher hit rating, they have higher armor class or better armor class, and better resistances. So yeah, everything is a lot harder. Your warriors will have a hard time hitting things. And it is quite possible that your mage will backfire a spell and kill himself. I'll say that's about a 5% chance. They actually survived that hit. Which tells me these are probably strangling vines. It's good XP right here. Nice hit. I need to set some time to play some Darkest Dungeon, honestly. Oh, they're fuming vines. Just as good. Boom, 200 XP. And a little bit more rest. Alright. So what are we at? 249? About a quarter of the way to Hugo's level. Still, anything can go wrong. And the threat of dying at level 1 doesn't end until Kai, our samurai, levels to level 2, so... 4 rats, these are probably the basic ones due to how many there are. So... Alright. Nice work. Almost. Alright, we're ready for another round. So we're about 350. We're about a third towards Hugo's level. If we can keep getting fuming vines, that would be great. Now, this could be giant rats. So we'll see how this turns out. Probably not. Probably about 75 XP right here. All right, we're good to go. Same as before. I also made sure Fifa's speed was high enough to usually get the first attack in the run. In a fight. Alright. Shit. Alright, this could be dangerous. Shit. They had to go for the one person that was asleep. That's great. So there goes that. It just takes one. That's all it does to ruin the run. Alright, take two. Oops, forgot the feet. It would be nice if I can get this done on the first attempt. But really, there's no guarantee with the RNG, honestly. Alright, here we go. Damn, FIFA went last. There we go. Oh, immediately into the next fight. There's FIFA. Come on, let's get some kills here. There we go. Ah! Keep getting interrupted. Yikes. Fizzle his spell. The hell? Shit. These are huge rats, aren't they? Or giant rats. Come on, let's get some kills in. There we go. That was nothing. There we go. Nice. Yeah, not a very good start there. But we survived. Oops, wrong person. Damn it. Alright, well we got control of the fight. Oh my god, they keep interrupting my sleep. And we fizzled that. I mean, Hugo's been lucking out. But I'm not going to engage in this fight. Alright. How are we looking? 432? Nothing. There we go. What are we at? 498? Pretty much 500. Alright, these are bushwhackers. We have a decent chance of killing these. As long as they don't kill the back row. Shit. A little late there, FIFA. FIFA. That didn't kill him. Wow. We got the hits in. A couple of them are 1 hit point away from death. There, that should do it. You just gotta do some damage, guys. There we go. There we go. Alright, cool. So we're sitting at 600. Oh, these could be giant rats. See how this goes. Alright. Probably regular rats. Alright, we're ready to go. Now, here's giant rats. Shit. Already starting off bad. Okay, good, good. Whew. That was close. Nice. Getting really close here. Alright, ready for the next fight. We're at 800. These are basic rats. So about 75 XP here. Things can still go south on a backfire spell. Alright. Still a little bit more. Okay, good. So we're at 875 or 877. Really close here to Hugo's level. Creeping vines. Nothing special here. Ooh. They can kill a back row character, so that's still a possibility. Alright, I'll take a fizzle. Better than a backfire. A backfire spell has a 5 and 7 chance to kill him. Not very good odds. There we go. How we doing? Alright, we're at 16. Ooh. If these are fuming vines, we leveled. See how he holds up. Probably not, though. Yeah, okay. All right. We're at 955. Pretty much any fight, nearly any fight will level us up. Or level Hugo up. So let's just hope and pray. Still anybody's game at this moment. Oh shit. This is not what you want to encounter. Hopefully we can sleep them before they act. We gotta get the hell out of here. Oh, they only did one attack. Okay, we got away. And that could have ended it. Alright, we're ready for the next fight. What's her hit points at? 9 out of 9. You can fight the rogue leaders if you're level 2, but I would not recommend it at level 1. You need a little bit of hit point buffer to survive their attacks. This should level up Hugo. It may not, though. No. Bata, 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 bata. Here we go. Good level up on hit points. Alright, next is Astrid. Probably needs about 200. But very unlikely for Hugo to die now. A good start there. Giant rats. There we go. This is our fight. Come on, guys. I need some damage here. As long as Fifa can keep the battle under control. Nice level up. Alright, pretty good. Could have asked for a little bit more on the hit points, but that's so decent. 7 hit points. Alright. Oh, shit. Alright. Everybody in the front row is awake. That's good. Oh, Fifa, where are you? Alright, everybody's awake now. We have no spell power right now. I have Kai fight defensively. She's a little hurt. We're gonna use a potion on her. Ah, we got this. Damn. Little bastard's durable for his type. Someone get that damage. There we go. 100 XP. Nice. The mages, or the spellcasters, are leveling up. Unfortunately, it's not a whole lot to work with on Skullduggery. Go slow. Alright. So now he has a 1 in 7 chance of killing himself on his own backfire spell. Let's go ahead and heal people up. Now we're just waiting for Kai. I try to cancel that. These are regular rats. Oh, nice. She leveled up. Nice hit point growth, too. Alright, now we're aiming for level 3. But it should be a pretty safe run at this point. To get to level 3, that is. Which is good. It's nice that we got it on the second attempt here. Didn't spend too much time trying to get this done. Still, things can go wrong, but very unlikely at this point. And Hugo's next level is a lot closer at this point than at level 1. Ah, damn it. Sure getting ambushed a lot now. Drake is still asleep. Alright, how we doing here? Still need a little bit more magic. Alright, we're good to go. Once we hit level 3, Fifa, Dawn, and Draith are all going to change classes. And we probably will not have... I was going to say... Our Skullduggery is probably not going to be high enough for us to go into the door. So we're just going to have to grind a little bit more, get them to level 3 on their new class, and then we can probably proceed from there. By the time that happens, Hugo, Kai, and Astrid probably be level 4. Alright. Actually, let's use Magic Missile here. Only a little bit more. Now, if we did find a rogue leader, we could be able to fight them. We have a pretty decent chance of winning. And they have a chance for armor drops that we can use. Alright. We're about 300 XP away for Hugo's level 3. At level 3, I don't think there's anything that can really kill us. Except maybe the rogue leaders, but they would have to be really lucky at that point. So those who don't know what I'm doing, what I'm doing is I'm spinning in place because that generates the random encounters fastest. And we're just trying to grind to level 3 so that it's safe enough for us to survive the basic castle area. We're doing something a little extra on this run, and that is we're going to be class changing the back row at level 3, which is a lot earlier than typical. But I think their HP levels are so low that I think they need to jump to the hybrid classes ASAP. Alright, another pretty good level up. He got 8 hit points out of that one. Alright, now we're on our way to level 3. I still need a little bit more. I try to cancel that. Actually, hold on. Oh yeah, you can also encounter vampire bats on this floor too. They're about as rare as rogue leaders. While they can't do as much damage as a rogue leader, they can poison people. Oh, they are vampire bats. Shit. Oh, I mean, we got the fight under control. We're gonna beat them. Good XP for us. Nice level up. Damn, almost got all the stats on that one. Let's see here. We're going to have Enchanted Blade for her. Still can use some few more. Alright, she's ready. Probably about another 125. The casters will level up. Or the back row, however you want to look at it. I want to say these are giant. Yeah, they're giant rats. Here we go. Yeah, essentially, she got 4 hit points per level. Ledgermane is. We want Skullduggery to be at 20 if you want to start lock picking or picking the doors to the, lock picking the doors in this first floor. So we're not quite there yet. We won't be able to do much. I'm going to go with sleep. All right, we're at 30. I don't have a whole lot. We're going to go with Dispel Undead. And a whole lot of points there. I think Arab should just get sleep at this point. All right, so now that we got level 3, we're going to switch their classes. She's going to Ranger. We don't have access to the loot anymore. So that's why I pick up sleep for both the mage and the bard. I thought he had enough for samurai. Hold on. What is he missing? 12 strength, 11 intelligence, 9 vitality, 12 he needs one more dex. Damn it. Alright, well he's gonna just have to hang out as a mage for a bit. Hopefully he gets the dex. That's unfortunate. Alright, so she's gonna change to Valkyrie. Let's see here. So we're going to grind again to get FIFA and Dawn to level 3. Alright, I can't do that anymore. You really don't need the sleep spell after that. It helps a lot. It's nice, but really, you should be able to survive without it. I keep trying to do that now. Old habit now. He did backfire, but luckily he didn't kill himself. Hopefully by the time Fifa gets to level 3 Ranger, our skullduggery is high enough for her to competently open doors for us. Always be spamming spells, by the way. In fact, I haven't been using Astrid's Enchanted Blade. I need to be doing that. Alright, here we go. Good level up for Kai. Stat-wise, anyways. Alright, armor spell. Keep doing it. Let's go ahead and... No, we can't. She just switched class, that's right. I still forgot to cast the spells of the front row. Alright. Alright, we're ready to go. I forgot to do it again. Alright, she's ready. Alright, these could be rogue leaders. And see how this plays out. No, they're not. Ranger does require lots of XP, so we might be doing this for a little bit longer. Oh, they got me. Damn it. Should be getting close at this point. Well, we're getting there. Actually, Don should be the one that levels up first out of those two. Got vampire bats. And poison. Yeah, that fountain cures poison, by the way. He has quite a bit of hit points. What are we looking at here? All right. It's not too far for Dawn to level. All right, here we go. All right, so starting to wrap things up. In fact, Hugo's about to level up. This should level him up. There we go. Alright, Pfeiffer got her level. Alright. So now we're waiting for level 3 for Dawn and Pfeiffer. Then we should be able to move on. Pretty close. If we get to 18 on Skullduggery, that's good enough. Anytime.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Yeah, these are just creeping vines.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Alright. That's still a bit. Astrid should be leveling up soon, though. Oh, these are good XP. All right, there's Astrid's level. So you go with identify. All right, she needs about 350 to go. Then we'll just be waiting on FIFA after that. Man, I hope Drake gets his dex he needs. Becomes Samurai next level. All right. Got silence. Now we're just waiting on FIFA. Oh, vampire bats. Okay. Ah, he got the dex. Yes. Perfect. And we got fireball. Now Draith is going to switch his class to samurai. We're still waiting for FIFA to get her level 3. But we don't have to wait on Draith to get level 3. So we can just move on once FIFA gets to 3. Shouldn't be too far. In fact, maybe another 350 in XP. Alright. It's a little longer. In fact, I can just fireball now. Assuming he doesn't fizzle it. Now that he's reset to 1. Oh, there we go. Alright. I'll take 18. I might need 1 point in alchemy, though. 17's fine. We can try. So for our first spell, I guess we'll go with heal. Alright. Now we're ready to actually do something. So let's get to it. Let's start with these doors. Come on. Ah, she already jammed it. Wow, that was quick. Okay, try this one. And she jammed that one. Not having a good time already. You get a skillet? No. Let's try these doors. Damn, she jammed. Man, she is having shitty luck here. There we go. Still no skill up though. Keep doing that. Piles of rotted furniture lie strewn around the room. In the center rests the remains of a massive wood table, suggesting a former meeting chamber. It's poison dagger. Actually, let's give this. Oh no, I can't give it the box. I should do her. Let's see, she can please be getting skill ups. Okay, she got 2 so far. Keep going to identify. Alright, she got her level up. Let's give her terror. Rotted wood is all that remains of this broken furnishing scattered around the room. A few remnants of broken chairs lie clumped in this one dainty parlor. Still 19. Alright, well, that's all that we can explore on the first floor. So let's go ahead and start exploring the guard towers. Something's amiss. You're being watched. Looking upward, a multitude of bats are staring down at you. Suddenly they attack. As fast as I could read that. Dang it. Yeah, I got poisoned. Having a hard time hitting them. There we go. Alright, we're gonna have to head back to the fountain. Oh, got stopped. Hey, Mr. Fug, what's up? Well, we gotta beat it. We gotta keep trying. Can't win if you don't play. Must be OCD? Maybe. Alright, cure the poison. Let's heal up the damage. Got a lot of damage, actually. That should cover it. Got lots of magic energy. Can't complain. I ever play Dragon's Dogma 2. Still a great game. I heard about that one. Alright, we're ready to go. By the way, is Hugo not yet able to become a lord? He needs 3 personality, actually. So, still a ways for him. Alright, up to this one. No, wrong way. Suddenly, the tower rafter collapses. That wasn't so bad. Inspecting the rafter, it is unclear whether the falling beam was a booby trap or whether it fell due to decay among the support timbers. Mm-mm. Those are giant rats. Seems like our weapon skill is competent enough to hit reliably at this point. Alright. Piles of old debris crowd this small tower room, most of it looking quite rotted. It's not enough information. Okay, that is 2 O's is Cloud of Fear. And we failed. Paralyzed. Holy shit, everybody's paralyzed. That could be game over if... I'm saving it right now. That's rough. Ever since the movie Inherit the Wind. Oh, thank God we saw it. Ever seen the movie Inherit the Wind? No, I have not. But yeah, if we got attacked while we were paralyzed, that's a wipe right there. Sweet Jesus. Cloud of Fear is not at all what it suggested. Alright, going to the next tower. Actually, we didn't get the armor from that one. Dimensions. I rewatched it recently. Okay. Inherit the Wind. My phone. It's a legal drama about a teacher charged with teaching evolution. In Texas? Like where does it take place? When and I suppose where is also important. Oh, did we not go in here? Oh, that's right. We got poisoned and we had to retreat. (1920s) in South Mississippi, I believe. Well, it was close. If it wasn't Texas, it was Mississippi, right? Good old Mississippi. You see, okay, Mississippi, Texas, or South Carolina, something like that. When people think of the Deep South, it's one of those three states, right? It's based on Clarence Darrow, a famous U.S. lawyer. My bad. It was California. No, that's not what I expected. Piles of old debris crowd the small tower room, most of it looking quite rotted. You found a moldy old breastplate of leather, and though worn, seems good enough to be effective. Apparently, it was a Democrats prosecuting the case. Well, I believe back in the day, Democrats were on the opposite spectrum while Republicans. The parties have switched or flipped since then, I forget when that happened, but what you think of Democrats now wasn't what they were back then. Same with Republicans. They flipped positions, essentially. Republicans used to be leftists, and Democrats used to be right-leaning. Myth? I don't know about that. Parties didn't switch. Well, that's what I keep hearing. We can do a look real quick. Let's see here. I'll cast Sleep 2 on this. The media lied about that? There's a lot of things the media will lie about, but I'm not sure that one is the case. Let's see, there's a U.S. Oh, here we go. So it says here. Oops, damn it. Go back. Yes, the ideologies of the U.S. Democratic and Republican parties essentially flipped over the course of the late 19th and mid 20th centuries. Republicans, founded as the Liberal Party opposing slavery expansion in the 1850s, became the Conservative Party, while Democrats moved from conservative, pro-segregation roots to become the Liberal Party. Truth was Democrats was party of KKK who Whigs took over after they lost power. Not true. Well, what do you base that off of? All right, we got Dawn here, level 4. Let's see what we got here. Blades. We were already up here. My bad. Got Tommy here saying uh, the Democratic Party was considered staunchly conservative throughout much of the 19th century and the early 20th century, particularly on issues of federal power and civil rights. Party historically supported agrarian interests, lower tariffs, and states' right over national centralization. Hey, brother, how's it going tonight? Hey, Erickson, Eric, Eric Larson. Sorry, my bad. Doing pretty good over here. Didn't take too long to get this run started, which is great. Hopefully, we can finally put this run to rest and beat it, but not gonna lie, doesn't look too likely. The furthest we've gotten is the mountains, which is the second area of the game. So that is just Wikipedia revisionism. Okay, but Mr. Five, well, what sources are you using? Sometimes, on the internet, political discussion just erupts over history, as it tends to do. It's like the movie Forrest Gump where they try and fool people by associating JFK with the moon landing, but it's not starting the veteran war. Okay. I mean, I'm open to any information, but I'll need a source or a place of reference because one thing I do not accept word of mouth. I mean, I trust it as much as I trust mainstream media. Let's put it that way. I mean, I'm open to anybody having discussions and I'll listen. PragerU has a video series on it that is cited and researched. Okay, what's the video called? No, I'm not gonna. I'll say that I will not stop the stream to go watch it though. That's the only thing is I'll check it later. Hold on. Vietnam War began in 1954, long before JFK. It was escalated during JFK though. Oops, let's not do that. Did I just cast magic missile at nothing? Was it going up or down? I don't even remember now. I was going down. Ah, damn it! You jammed it already. She's jammed so many doors. In 1961, JFK invaded Vietnam. Okay, but what does that got to do with the parties being of different political standing? Yes, I cast magic missile into the darkness. Literally. Founded in 2009 by Dennis Prager and Ellen Estrin. Estrin? It is not an accredited university, does not offer degrees, but produces 5 minutes edutainment videos, podcasts, and children's content. Children's content? Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of things the media lies about. Or, well, put it this way: they phrase things leaving out important information that would otherwise, if you had the full information, would have changed your opinion on. And there's some things that they do blatantly lie about, sure. Why did the Democrat South became Republican? 5 minute video preview. Okay, so that's the video. Now, let me ask you this though. Like, okay, so what would be the inherent value of lying about the standing positions of a political body versus what it is today? Because because I don't see any particular value in it. You still got the Republicans on one side, you still got the Democrats on the other. Why does it matter which side they ended up on? Because ultimately, you still have the same two choices. One's on this side, one's on that side. So I just don't see real need for there to be a lie associated with it. That Democrats were the Bible thumper and consensus. Yeah. Democrats today pretend they are freedom loving, but they are honestly socialists. We're not doing the Red Scare here, are we? Like, we have social programs in our government. That's what the police department is. That is what the police department is. Fire department. All these are socialist programs. It's not about if you're a socialist. It is how what degree of socialism is a part of your society. Hollywood long ago was taken over by communist unions who used movies to reframe history. Mm, Okay. If that's the case, then there must be a litany of movies that one could reference that would show that type of propaganda. There's a difference between public programs and paying income tax, which was illegal till the government took out loans for the Civil War. Look up a Razor Fist Hollywood was always red video. Let's see. The Trumbo movie was propagandist. How old is the movie? I mean, there's a lot of movies that are propaganda, but it's not just Hollywood that makes these types of movies. Anything to do with McCarthyism is propaganda because the truth was McCarthy didn't blacklist communists. It bad Breaking Bad actor in it as Trumbo. Oops. Oh, I'm getting lost while I'm trying to read the comments here. Commentary. What is it doing here? Yeah, I mean that's something to look into later. Um, Probably later tonight, but an old wooden table and several chairs are rotted away in the center of the room, and fragments of broken flagons and rubble cover the floor. You found a ring with two odd-looking black keys, each with a handle in the shape of a small spade. All right. She better not jam this one. No, not that. All right. I would say this though. Saying media can be misleading. I'll say that. Because when I hear media, I think of mainstream news. Because when you're talking about like political stuff, you're typically thinking about like the news, essentially. Um, so yeah, if you're talking about like Hollywood, I would say just talk about Hollywood. Because the media, saying media is just such a broad stroke and has different implications than I would have normally associated with it. Yeah, I know it means entertainment too, but when you're talking about political discussions, you don't jump to Hollywood. You jump mostly to, like, people think of Fox News, CNBC, stuff like that. Even The Simpsons are all political views. Typically, I would say that they try to lead towards social issues. This impressive looking suite appears to have been some kind of guest room, an inference made by examining a tiny placard behind the door which reads, "Checkout 10 a.m." Well, it's funny that Simpsons were on the Fox network. Well, I mean, Simpsons is really popular, or was. I mean, I don't watch it anymore. I watched it back in the when it was good, but it kind of fell off for me. But that's kind of interesting to say, like, oh, you can get your opinions off of TV shows. Well, I mean, children get moral perspective from cartoons. Like, even cartoons give some sort of moral lesson majority of the time. Yeah, I think even the Ninja Turtles probably had something that taught kids some sort of value. It's probably inherent in most situations. But that's everything. I mean, you can scrutinize every show and put it in a political spectrum, because no matter what you do, what you say, it everything falls within a spectrum. There's no neutrality. Sure, but if you're lying about facts and situations, it's easy to reframe it to benefit your views, like a straw man. It's a complicated matter, because what people sees and interpret truth could definitely come out wrong to the other perspective. But we have to dissect each one individually to know what you're referring to. What are you doing? There's this. I remember this one movie that came out maybe like a couple years ago where it's such a politically driven movie. It was like a horror movie where the liberals were hunting people. It was like sometimes some things go a little too far that it's almost humorous. Look at Derek Chauvin trial. The government lied and said Floyd had no drugs in the system, but it turned out he did have drugs in his mouth and ate a lethal dosage. I would have to review that one statement because I've seen a lot about that, and there's definitely a lot to be said about the Floyd case, especially about a man who's already handcuffed and lying face down on the ground. I think Stink Bomb would be pretty good here. Um, let's put it this way: having someone kneeling on your neck definitely didn't help his situation. Uh, I would no, no, Mr. Five, I would just have to disagree with the necessary force. Yes, they may be trained in a certain manner, but the ability to analyze the situation and use appropriate force is definitely within the scope of his job, and I don't think he needed to do that. Uh no, let's not. Okay, let's not put words in someone's mouth of someone who can't even speak for themselves at this point. Like, you cannot, you can never do that in a court of law to tell the court what someone else is thinking. You can never do that, and it's never wise to make that assumption. A man in a red jumpsuit was a passenger seat was a drug dealer. I don't know about that. It's not jammed. Damn it. I would still disagree with you, Mr. Five, if Chavez did nothing wrong. All right, take it easy, Eric. I mean, have you ever heard of? I mean, this is legal terms. You take the victim as is, or it's called the what's it called? It's something about like a fragile head case where if someone was to get into an altercation with someone, push him over, he hits his head, and he ends up having like turns out that he had a fragile skull, cracks his head open and dies. Well, it doesn't matter if you knew the condition or not. You take your victim as they are. If the person, let's just say for a second that he was um, under the influence of some other drug, you still have to take him as he is. And if your actions, such as putting your knee on his throat, led to an incident that caused him to die, then you are in part responsible for that. In the court of law, if something was to happen, and let's say like there's two accidents, or like you there's an accident, neck not throat. It's so what? It's still associated. You're now just you're being pedantic at that point. But the point is that if a car got hit and he's coming around a corner, he didn't stop at the stop sign fully, and you have this building that was kind of obstructing your view of seeing oncoming traffic, and the person that hits you is going past the speed limit, whose fault is it? In the court of law, it can be 40% this person's fault, 40% this person's fault, and 20% the fault of the city. If you're applying pressure on the throat or the neck, it causes your neck to contort in a way that could restrict breathing. I'm not going to argue that. That's just how the neck works. No matter how you wish to phrase it, he is still partially responsible for the outcome. Oh, what he could do, he could get off his neck. That's all he had to do. I mean, There were other officers. It's not like he was the only person there. If they needed more additional strength, the other two officers could help. Okay, so they didn't need to be on his neck. Plain and simple. I mean, you didn't see the other two officers with their knees on his neck. He's That's a misleading statement right there, and you know it. He's not. There's bone, there's fat, there's other tissue. He's not 250 pounds of pure muscle. Let's not over exaggerate that. I don't know. Videos I've seen, they just up and about. Yeah, I seen him. Let's see here. Well, that's you know better than that. You know you cannot go to court and talk about previous cases because it has no relevance to the case at hand. And it's fortunate for them that they weren't pregnant women. Or were they? You're talking about the cops? You saying the cops were arrested for beating a pregnant woman? Because I'm pretty sure the implication with this is that Floyd was arrested before. However, it doesn't matter what he was arrested before when convicting this type of situation. Actually, Mr. Five, that's their job. Is It's a risky job, yes, but that's the job they signed up for, like it or not. When you act out of fear, you get lots of issues where a cop ends up shooting someone who's holding a wallet. When you act out of fear, you get situations where an officer shoots a kid holding a toy gun. No, it's acting out of fear. Caution and fear are two different things. No, no, it's a real case, and I can show it to you later. But yes, it has happened. Damn, what the hell was I doing? Oh, right, we were in the second floor for a bit. He didn't dive. Well, we're gonna leave it at that because I disagree with that statement cold-heartedly. You say first corner. Was there other corners? I'm not sure the sentence here. Who's he? Because first you're talking about a coroner, and now you're talking about the police department firing him. So are we talking about Derek again? What keys do I have? I do have some iron keys. Let's go ahead and go in here. Wait, yeah, it's jammed. So you're saying the first coroner who performed the autopsy, the police department fired him and threatened to charge him if he testified? What is that? What does COVID have to do with it? Again, it still falls under the you take your victim as they are. If I was involved with something and the person was ill and my actions caused them to die due to a complication to their illness, I would still be responsible. Anyways, we'll go with armor plate with this one. Fibrous shreds of stained rot cling to the walls where colorful tapestry once proclaimed sovereignty in this official chamber. With grim mockery, the sweeter taste of a mighty throne perched high above the room has long turned sour as it sits condemned to languish in its own final sentence. If there is any last judgment to be decreed upon this fallen chamber and tarnished throne, it must be gleaned from the decay that it laps upon its own dais, as itself festers and rots, bearing witness to emptiness, filth, and stench, silently weeping tears of its own despoiled substance. Although the small chamber seems as dilapidated as the others, peculiar obtrusions up through the floor show signs of a more recent invasion made by entities unknown. Examining the obtrusions, you detect a dried olive goo around some of the uplifted floor stones. So, what I'm going to say here is that you're pretty set on your opinion on this one, and I'm pretty set on what I perceive the events occurred. So, we're going to leave it at that. All right, I appreciate that. A fallen desk and several chairs lie crumbled on the floor on this regal private chamber, no doubt a place of council and costly bargaining. Searching through the remains of the desk, you find an old torn parchment which reads, Summons of the vicar and mistress to be paid 100 gold pieces for the sale of the daughter Rebecca. Other parts of the document are either missing or illegible. Oops. Alright, so we're going to use our other key to open this door. Damn. I haven't eaten today. I'm freaking starving. That's like a common thing. I used like as a kid, I was so focused on playing games that I would just ignore eating. And that's how I was like so skinny growing up. Um, because I'm always fasting essentially. Nowadays, I usually have food prepared beforehand, but like those microwavable pizzas, not the big ones, like the personal size ones that's like the size of your hand maybe. I'll eat one of those a day and that's like all I needed. The majestic splendor faded long ago from this grand hall, the corpse of a decaying dining table long enough for 100 people now rests crumbling upon the floor. Fasting is a good thing to do for losing weight. I don't need to lose much weight. I'd say I'm like an average weight at this point. American average, not it shrinks your stomach and fills you up faster. True. Like when I was in high school, half a burrito from Chipotle was enough to fill me up. Like I'll eat one half one day and the other half later. Nowadays, I can eat the whole damn thing. I need to get back to that. Good at saving money. Bare stone shelves line the walls of this former pantry. Alright. No, we need to cast that again. We're gonna have to rest soon. An old stone oven and fallen shelves tell of a kitchen where royal feasts were once prepared. Now it is time who is the chef, and the kitchen has become the meal. Alright, I think we have explored as much as we could. We're gonna have to fight we either go up to the spire and kill that zombie that does high AoE vomit effects, or we can go to the basement and fight. I mean, that's kind of risky. They are both kind of strong. A Dispel Undead could work in our favor if we are lucky enough to hit that. We can cast it. How many times can we cast it? 7? What is that? 3, 4? 4 times? We might get lucky. Can she cast at level 2? She can cast at level 3. We're level 5s. I mean, we should be able to soak some damage. Our weapon skills are pretty good. So I would say that they will be able... But the thing is, if we go to the basement, we can equip ourselves a lot better and be more prepared. So I guess we'll do that. Oh, now I do have to go work tonight, so the stream will be wrapping up in 30 minutes. So I guess we'll just go buy equipment. That could take a while because we have to hope that the guy has the equipment we want. We have all combat related, melee type of characters, so they're all going to need armor of some kind. So we're going to have to talk to that guy for a long time until he has all the equipment we need. I'm not sure what to give Draith because he doesn't sell I don't think he sells a Naginata. I think you have to go to the dwarf smith in the mountain to get one of those. So he doesn't have a polearm he can use. I think he can use the quarterstaff though. We'll see. But there's really nothing else we can do other than those two options. So let's go ahead and get equipped. Barracks full of broken cots turned to rot is all you find here. Wait, you hear a noise. A silent, mysterious dark man appears from out of the shadows. Might interest you in a bargain. Fill off everything. So we got about... We don't have a lot of money. Last time we got here, we had almost like 9K. We have barely 2/3 of that. Let's see. The fairy, let's see, what can she use? We need to give her a better weapon than a sling. She can use the rapier. That's probably the best thing she could use. I don't think they can use the longbow. She might be too small for it. I don't like dealing with it. The arrows can get kind of expensive. 300 for a stack of 100. But she can use the long... Somehow. I don't know how she's using a longbow, but... Let's see here. I think we have the suede doublet already. A feather hat. I don't think she could use it. Last time we checked. But a ranger can use that cap. Oh, no, she can use it. Okay, fine. The buskins. The samurai can use that. And I think the fairy can too. We'll see. Quilted leggings. Well, no. She's a Valkyrie now. We need more of these. No, we got the leather cuirass. So we'll go to those. Let's see. We might not be able to afford everything right now. Let's see here. Actually, no, they can't use the leather boots. Never mind. All right. All right, we got some spears and quarterstaffs. Now, the Valkyrie can use the halberd, so we'll give her that. Dawn, that is. We have two of those now. Need more of these. Leather boots. All right. And I think the samurais can use the helmets. Fighter, Thief, Ranger, Bard, Valkyrie, Lord, but no fairies. So, yeah, our Valkyries and our fighter can use those. She doesn't have any shoes, does she? Alright, let's give those over. I'll give the quarterstaff to Draith for now. Oh, we got some stuff to sell. Alright. Now, I want to get a claymore for Astrid. That's like 900. Skull cap. None of us need that, actually. But we need that. Alright. I'll pass this over to Dawn. Yeah, they're still using their spellcaster gear. Need another one of these. So can Draith use any of those spears? Let's see. He needs a reach weapon. You know what? Well, he's just gonna have to use the quarterstaff. And where are we at? I was gonna say put Draith up front so he can practice his sword skill. Because on level ups, his skill points are gonna get distributed to sword unless it's 50 or higher. And I need those points to be going to thaumaturgy. And Astrid can stick with her polearm for the time being. There's the claymore. I'll have to hold off on that. Suede pants. I think that's... The fairy can use that. Here's some gloves. Alright, now she finally has clothes. Actually, let's sell this off. Yeah, we're still there on this run. No, we can't do the belfry until we go to the mines, which requires us to jump into the pit. We're almost to that point, but we're not going to make it there tonight. We need more of these and that. God, these are expensive. I think I only need one more pair of boots. I think everybody except Draith has the helmet now. Hold on. Actually, I don't think there's anything to sell. Oh no, sandals. Yeah, we're getting low on money. Anointed. None of these are useful. Alright, we can use one of those. We're gonna need lots of those, actually. See, he'll need one. She'll need one. She'll need one. Or he'll need one. Damn, we haven't even got equipment for him yet. I can't put him in the front row yet. Alright, let's get her the halberd. Leather leggings. Here's the boots. Here's the gloves. I think that's the last boots I need. Alright. I need to get Draith a sword so you can practice. Oh, I didn't give someone those gloves. How much is a katana? Ooh, we don't have enough for wakizashi, so I don't know. We're gonna have to sell something. Just so we have enough to buy the katana. Oh, it's in his swag. Damn, we didn't see it. I gotta see how much it cut on us first before I buy him armor. Damn it. Alright, we're just gonna have to keep waiting. Nope. Here we go. 600. Oof, that's everything. Alright, we still have a little bit of time. So let's do some of the rooms here. He's pretty much just a base samurai, gear-wise. See how much money we can accumulate down here. Wrong person. Damn, she jammed it. There we go. No, we're not going to use spells. He's going to fight. Get his skill up. She's the only one that can hide right now, huh? Now, Kai might temporarily switch over to ninja when we're at higher levels. The walls of the room are covered with faded graffiti and scrawled writing. A few rotted tables lie clumping up upon the ground. Reward lost. Snoop Chuddy. Contact Il Montes. Trevor sucks. You notice a small hole at the base of the wall. Mice, probably. When you want that someone special, dial 1-900-LADY. Orc Rumble, Friday nights at 8. I keep picking the wrong person. But she doesn't sit in that spot anymore. There we go. I have to rest soon.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Yeah, let's identify.
Ow.
Bushwhackers.
Ow. Ow.
Hold on.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Wait, pants. A lot of stuff to sell here. Hold on. Old wooden racks, rotted and fallen to the floor, were made for holding stock once upon a time. An old decaying armor dummy is slumped in the corner, slowly becoming powder. Oops, the dummy just turned to dust. Actually, now that we have those keys... Oops. Let's go sell that stuff off. Maybe you have enough to buy something. Yeah, we can use those. Alright, we need to rest up. Oh, they caught us. Mm. Gonna have to throw a heal on Dre's.
Ow.
Let's see, can samurais use these? Yeah, samurais can use them. All right, so she still needs the leather halberd. He'll need everything. Oh, we had time wise, 2 minutes essentially.
Ow. Ow.
Oh no, they better not kill him.
Oh.
Son of a bitch! Like they had an objective to go straight for the guy with no armor. What bullshit. Man, how long is he? Well, until we have the money, he won't be that vulnerable for too long. But yeah, 15 hit points, not very assuring there. He needs one more level before he starts getting samurai hit points. He's at 19. Once that gets to 50, we can put him back to the back row. Maybe we're risking too much having him up there, though. Anyways, we're about out of time. I gotta go work, so I'll catch you guys later. We'll play some more tomorrow. So, y'all have a great time. Until next time, stay safe, be well, and good luck. All right, bye, guys. Ciao.